Welcome to the Overheard Podcast, recorded live in Banff. My name is Daniel Rudel. With me today is Maddie Rage behind the camera. We have a very special episode. This is the conclusion to our election coverage. So tune in, hit the like and subscribe, and see you next Tuesday.
First, I want to thank everyone for coming. Appreciate the family community that have come out to welcome this new council. So we will start the ceremony off today by calling forward Corporal Sam Boucher to do the administrative oath for the new councillors and mayor.
I, Tori DeMano, swear that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability, execute according to the law of office mayor. So help me God.
Do you make this solemn declaration conscientiously, believing it to be the truth, and knowing that it is for the same force and effect as if made under oath or affirmation?
I do. Next, I would like to please welcome Councillor Michelle back. I would like to please welcome Councillor David Forsyth. Next, I would like to please call up Councillor Mark Ledge. I'd like to now please call up Councillor Mark Ledge. I'd like to call up Councillor Brian Standish. Everyone, it is now my great honor and privilege to introduce a couple folks who are going to start us off on this new term in a really good way. So I'd like to introduce Elder Alice Quitz from the Milestone First Nation and Councillor Charles Mark from the Chief First Nation. Thank you.
I hope your sprinkler is off.
I did bring the fire department.
I see the red coat standing by, so we'll be okay. Humble Estates is a greeting that we use in our Yitka language. And the term Amba refers to the day. The term was makes reference to good. Today is a beautiful day, and I greet you with that word. That word has also very deep and spiritual meaning for our people, the relationship that we have to our environment and the world around us. Especially here in Banff, this place has always been referred to our ancestors as a place in our aunties. My mother used to say that her aunties used to refer to this place as heaven on earth. And this place has always been a very sacred place for our people. These mountains were where we went to seek and find ourselves, to prepare our people as leaders, as knowledge keepers, as spiritual leaders. These mountains created warriors and leaders. The rivers, the hot springs, were also very spiritual. That's where we found healing and balance. And to make our transition in lives as we go through our developmental stages in our lives, and to remind us of the sacred responsibilities that we have as youth people, to our surroundings, to these mountains, to these rivers, to these lakes, Lake Minnewaca, the great water spirit who resides in the lake, the rivers, the creeks as well, and the waterfalls in the flood, and all these valleys provided those medicines and the plants that we needed. So this place has always been and always will be a very sacred place to our people. When I was driving out this afternoon, our parents, when they would descend down that hill, and we could see the sacred guardian mountains, they would stop. They would introduce themselves and say, grandmother, grandfather, I'm home. Bless me, watch over me. Keep me safe so that I know that I can always rely on and depend on, and to know that you will always protect me and be there for me as I journey through for the first day here. So this place is very sacred. And having said that, I hope that your new council, past, present, and the future, I hope that we can re-establish this relationship, those long-standing relationship that we've had with the Town of Banff, but also to journey together as allies, because of colonization and assimilation. not so that we united for calls to action. As years ago, we've come to realize that we know we are no longer entertainers. We will not entertain. We choose to be allies so that we can work together and build a positive relationship with the town of Banff, with all the people whose space, whose spirit, whose space that you are your ancestors. And all the spiritual beings that make this home for us. So I am very grateful. It's always an honor to be here, to share our history, our culture, our ceremonies here today, because there was a time when we couldn't share those ceremonies. And the only time that we would come back after being displaced was to the Banff meetings, so that we can entertain your ancestors, your parents, your grandparents, and also to help you, to assist you in generating revenue and economic prosperity for the town of Banff. So I hope that in the future we can work together. And today, when we are offered tobacco, that tobacco is not given to us. It's given to all the spiritual beings whose space that we're on, to carry the message of unity, of love, happiness, sharing, all those beautiful attributes that connects us to each other. And I hope that we can build a positive relationship. So with that, I'll say a prayer in my language. I know Walikali, Akinanaha, Amadaboski, Uekubinishana, Nois dias, Miringas, no Pata, no name, no even, non talos kabinit, Uchiyabi, no Hungabi, Abayuni, no Chapnayabide, Leodami Nabide, no Shabian, Isidus, Asisis, no Zenipokizos, Hamil's sister, Elisabeth, no Istabi, Elisabeth, no Nemokuchine, no Hosti, Wachiawi, no Awachomits, no Nagawani, no Yogian, Wakani, no Togarapania, Yeliti, no Edichavi, Ichiparmisi, Parkichavicha, Chibits, no Emovian, Chibits, no Zenikopiros, no Havens Asta, Eloxi, no Nemokuchinen, Eloquitman, no Chegiavi, Yados, no Chiknomatia, Nichiknoyavitia, no Ingakuits, Zero Summits, no Ikushidi, no Tomasi, no Yakine, Wasso Kiriavits, no Minerva, Idikade, no Minuaka, Himone, Yakine, Oas, no Ikushidi, Hetio Tiaviaviti, no Inukide, Mikunis, Ushina, no Nikus Mahamid, Daibitici, no Ediciavito, Ivavici, Uchinas, Nanahamiri, no Rena, Isnis, Yats, Snis.
First of all, I'd like to thank Elder Alice for doing us much, and also inviting us to our traditional lands. And I was late. I was driving real fast from my house. But when you were in a hurry, there's always something supposed to be done. And at that Lafarge plant, that train just went by and it was really slow. And I had to wait there for 15, 20 minutes. But I got here. We all got here slow. And I'm going to read my speech, and this time I came prepared. Before, I forget what I was going to say in front of people, but this time I came prepared for it, so I'm going to read my speech. Thank you. Hello, Stitch. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Charles Martin. I am a councillor with the Chiniki First Nation. It is an honor to join you on behalf of the Chiniki First Nation, one of the proud nations of the Stoney Nakoda people, along with our relatives from their spot in Goodstoney. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional and sacred lands of the Stoney Nakoda nation. For thousands of years, our ancestors have lived, hunted, prayed, and gathered in this valley. The mountains that rise around us have always been our relatives and teachers, reminding us to walk with humility, balance, and respect. This afternoon marks an important moment in the life of this community, the inauguration of Mayor Corey Imano and the new Banff Town Council. On behalf of the Chiniki First Nation, I offer heartfelt congratulations to Mayor Imano and Lena as she begins another term of service to her community. Your leadership, dedication, and compassion continue to make a difference in this special place we call home. We also extend our congratulations to the returning councillors, Bart Pelham and Kaylee Ram, and to the first-term councillors, Michelle Backhouse, David Fullerton, and Mark Lebowitz. And a warm welcome back to former councillor Brian Stenditz, whose continued commitment to public service is deeply appreciated. Each of you carries a responsibility to listen, to lead, and to guide the community with integrity and care. The town of Banff stands in a place that has always been sacred to our people. Long before it became a town, this valley was a place of gathering and healing, where nations met in peace and where the land provided for all. As new leaders take their oaths tonight, we are reminded that leadership, like the land, is a gift. It must be cared for with respect and humility. The decisions you make here about the land, the water, and the people echo far beyond your term in office. Over the years, the Chiniki First Nation and the town of Banff have built our nations based on respect, understanding, and shared purpose. We have worked together to honor the land, to tell the true stories of this place, and to open new paths of cooperation. Reconciliation is not a single act, it is a journey we take together, one of honesty, listening, and mutual respect. We are encouraged by the town of Banff's continued commitment to Indigenous inclusion and partnership. We look forward to deepening our collaboration in the years ahead by working together Indigenous and non-Indigenous, we can assure that Banff remains not only a place of beauty, but a place of truth, learning, and harmony. In our Stoney language, we speak of Minisni, or Chinabi, living in a good way. As you begin this new term, may you walk in a good way, with vision and balance, with kindness. May your leadership unity to your community and strengthens to all who share this sacred valley. Once again, congratulations to Mayor Demanda, to councillors. May you work together, bring peace, prosperity, and continued partnership between the town of Canmore and the Chinky First Nations. We see this together. Thank you very much.
My first name is Douglas Courtney. I'm from First Nation, elder councillor. I just wanted to congratulate new people that are leading our town of Banff. Yeah, back in time, it's quite a museum. I mean, the other museum across, my grandfather was here all the time. And back in the old Indian Day ground, there was a teepee set up, and he was with the late Chief Walking Buffalo. See, all this time was, I don't know why, it's some sort of like a separatist band. We're one nation, it's the only nation, that's what I looked at it back home. Anyways, from what I see, Town of Banff, I mean, just a little strip with wooden houses along this main street. And from now to this day, it's really big. It's expanded. It's not like good leaders, good encouragement all the way to lead Banff like this. Yeah, even one of our elders was named after this Banff, Town of Banff. You know that waterfall back up there? They called her, she was born here. She was called the late councillor Felix Bouchette's wife. I forgot I think it was Christine. Was born here, and then you can tell that from years going by, we've been with us together like this all the time. And even my late grandpa, on my dad's side, my late grandpa, used to tag along with this Catherine White. We could always call him Mrs. White. Yeah, originally, like myself, my dad's side, it seems like we're adopted into Stoney Lakota First Nation. That's why my last name is Courtney. My grandfather, great-grandfather, is from Tobacco Plain, Kamloops First Nations. And then I crossed to Montana. What they told me was part Salish and part Kootenai and Shuswap Indian. That's why my last name is Kootenai. I've been adopted in anyways. Yeah, anyways, the Lord blessed me for how long? 2 years, a year of leading the town of Banff, council, everything. And that's all I just wanted to share a few words. Anyways, I didn't know I was going to be man of the hour standing. Okay, that's all I got to say. God bless you.
Councillor Mark, we are very blessed to have those words be the first ones of this term. In particular, it's such a powerful reminder of the sacred land that we are here stewarding on your behalf, and we take that responsibility really seriously. Really proud to say that we have Indigenous relations as a top pillar in our new community plan, and it's not just lip service. We really do truly commit ourselves to journey towards truth and reconciliation, and it's just so special to have representation from all three bands here with us today. And the last thing I want to say is as mayor, I've been able to go to a couple of the First Nations swearing in for their council, and they have this beautiful tradition where at the end, after each councillor is sworn in and each chief is sworn in, they have their friends and family who support them follow them in a circle while an honor song is sang. And so when I looked out at the crowd, you're our support, and we're going to need you these next 4 years. And we're really glad that you're here today supporting us, and we look forward to all working on behalf of you and our community. So thank you, everyone. First order of business, I'm looking for unanimous consent to adjourn this meeting until November 4th at 2 p.m. Take a show of hands, council. Thank you. We are officially adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome to the Overheard Podcast, recorded live in Banff. My name is Daniel Rudel. We are here at the Town Hall right after the swearing-in ceremony with new Town Councillor Michelle Backhouse. How are you feeling today?
Oh, fantastic. Very excited, very unreal, or surreal would be a better way to phrase it.
Absolutely. Is there anyone you want to thank now that the election has concluded?
Yes, I don't know if people are paying attention with the results, but every single person who voted for me, you matter. That I won a seat by one vote.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to thank everyone who did get up, get out and voted. Anyone who encouraged someone to get out and vote. But yeah, truly an honor. Every conversation, every ballot, it all matters. So thank you.
Of course, lots of talk floating around, especially online after the election, leading up to how much people's votes counted. So yeah, if you didn't catch it, it was originally decided by 2 votes, was recounted to being decided by 1 vote. So what were your thoughts during that whole interim period?
Just how important it is to exercise your right to vote if you have it. Yeah, close call, incredible candidates, both incredible candidates. But I think that just goes to show it's incredibly important for you to go out, campaign, put your name out on the line, but then also encourage folks to get out and vote and share their opinions. So yeah, it was an amazing run. I love that there was old and new, and we were all in it together. And I think we still are, because whether you voted for me or not, I represent you. And so I'm here still, all ears, recounts, whatever it is. I think accountability and integrity is key. So let's keep going.
Very well said. What surprised you the most about your council run?
Honestly, how much privilege you need, whether that's job security and freedom to move around your schedule, or disposable income and funds to campaign. But running for council and a public servant comes with a lot of privilege. And once you are in that decision maker role, you get a lot more. But I didn't assume I needed that much kind of security in the background in order to step forward.
Well, I think we saw it in the voter turnout, and we want to congratulate you on behalf of ourselves and everyone in the town on your newly found seat. What's your message to Banff residents that might be watching us right now?
Your voice matters. One vote, folks. It's one voice. It's one comment. That doesn't stop here. We still have 4 more years of hearing what you have to say, what matters to you most, and yeah, what you care about, how this world is going to affect you. So yeah, keep sharing your insights, your opinions, and your voice absolutely matters, whether you're a voter or not. Come out to public engagement, keep showing up and letting us know if we're on the right track, and if we're not, how to course correct.
Also, I think the applications are still on for all the town committees as well. So if you're still fired up from all this election talk, you can still have your voice heard by joining one of those committees and having your say on decisions moving forward. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. I know you got a lot going on today with the swearing in. We'll let you get back to it. Can we just get to see you next Tuesday before we go?
Gosh, yeah. See you next Tuesday.
We'll catch up with you in a bit. Welcome to the Overheard Podcast, recorded live in Banff. My name is Daniel Rudel. We are back here at Town Council with newly elected Town Council member Mark Ledwidge. Thank you so much for joining us. What does today mean to you?
Start of a journey, I guess. And yeah, I'm not too sure what to say. Last time we talked, it was different circumstances.
For sure.
Yeah.
A lot to take in, definitely. What do you think surprised you most about your run for Town Council?
Obviously I was new, I think I was a long shot in some people's eyes, but put a lot of work into it and I'm obviously pretty happy with the result.
Well, I'll be honest with you. From my whole breakdown of the election coverage, you're the one candidate, in my opinion, that took a hard stance on certain issues, the ones that are the more divisive. And I think it kind of stood out in the voter turnout, right?
Well, I hope so. I mean,
Yeah.
when I did a lot of door to door, I certainly heard the same thing from people.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted some results.
Absolutely.
So that's hopefully we're going to get some. But I'm not naive. I know it's going to be a tough go, but I'm going to give it my best.
What's the first thing you want to tackle now that you're officially sworn in?
Well, I think it's October here, late October. Start dealing with some of these congestion issues before next summer.
Fair.
Next summer is going to be here before we know it.
Mm-hmm. And if we look at the town data and parks data as well, visitation rising consistently every year. So I'm not sure that this year's data is out yet, but it will be shortly, and we'll make sure to keep everyone updated on that. What's your message to Banff residents that may be out there watching right now?
Well, thanks for voting. The ones who voted for me, thanks for voting for me, and definitely appreciate it. It's a vote of confidence, and I'll try not to let you down.
Absolutely. Right on. Well, we're very excited to have you in there, Mark. Looking forward to chatting you again as we go through this term. Before we go, can we just get to see you next Tuesday?
What's Tuesday?
Our show's on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
We'll catch up with you soon, guys.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Welcome to the Overheard Podcast, recorded live in Banff. My name is Daniel Rudel. We are back here at Town Council, this time with newly re-elected Town Council member Kaylee Ram. How's the day for you going?
Yeah, it's really good. Sorry,
I don't know what that
was. Yeah, sorry, it's really great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I thought we could ask you what surprised you most about your run this time around.
Yeah, no. Well, it was so different because last time it was over COVID. So I think everyone, actually what surprised me the most was people not being around as much for door knocking because people are doing activities. They're away also, obviously, with everything going on with the teacher strikes, I found as well. So definitely door knocking was a different dynamic. And then, really, again, as we saw with the result, like every vote mattered. And that it really definitely hits home to have a mayor on the ballot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely, we got to focus more on the council issues, which was kind of cool, right? Usually it's clouded with a whole bunch of different stuff going on at the same time. What would be your message to Banff residents out there right now if they're listening?
Just a massive thank you. Just a massive thank you for engaging, for listening to all of your guys' episodes. I heard from so many residents, honestly, that listened to you in educating themselves, and they did the forums, they listened, they learned. So just thank you for engaging.
I would agree with you there. Thank you, everyone who tuned in and checked us out during our election coverage. We got plenty more coming for you. What's the first thing you want to tackle now that you're back on council? What's the first thing on your agenda?
Well, I mean, we're jumping right into it. Actually, the very first thing I believe, or one of the things that's happening in November is 50 Wolf Street. So we're looking at budget, which means that assuming it gets passed and when council looks at it, we'll be breaking ground here in November. So, again, that has to do with housing, which everyone's super stoked about. So happy to dig my teeth into that.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Want to thank everyone out there for getting active and those that did get out and vote. Before we go, can we get to see you next Tuesday?
See you next Tuesday.
We'll see you soon. Welcome back to the Overheard Podcast, recorded live in Banff. My name is Daniel Rudel. We are back this time with newly elected Town Council member Brian Standish. How you doing today?
I'm great, thanks.
What a great ceremony. What are your thoughts heading into your next term?
Well, the ceremony I thought was electric. I mean, there was a good vibe in the room. The ceremony itself was, I thought, emotional. It was really well done.
I agree. I caught myself watering up there, especially during some of the speeches for sure. So got to tip our hats. Some moving words said. We hope to feature some on our little episode that we got later. What most surprised you about your run for town council this time?
Well, I wasn't too surprised. I suppose the lack of engagement by the public.
I thought so too. Yeah.
I thought there would be a far greater voter turnout. I was disappointed, to be honest with you. It's very disappointing that there wasn't more people engaged, because it was an important election.
It was a tight race too. Yeah. The final,
very, very close.
Yeah. I mean,
but the numbers don't lie. I mean, there was a very close race, 6 and 7.
Yeah.
But some of the other numbers, they were quite a bit behind.
Absolutely.
And that tells me the public wanted change.
For sure.
It spoke loud and clear.
100%. I share your sentiment in the wish we would have got more voter turnout. Again, we were lower than the last. We're definitely much lower than the PED zone vote, but much lower than the 2 prior elections as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that stands from people maybe disheartened, or again, lots going on in people's lives right now with, again, teacher strike and other issues kind of outside of our municipal politics.
I think the lack of a mayoralty race also had something to do with it.
For sure. So less of a hot button maybe for some people.
Exactly.
Yeah, fair enough. What's the first thing you want to tackle now that you're back on council?
Well, I'm going to go look at the strategic plan and probably making Banff a better place for residents. So affordability, housing, safety, those would be my key points going into the first couple months.
Beautiful. Right on. Well, do you have any message to any Banff residents that are out there watching?
Yeah, you're in good hands. I've got a lot of confidence in this new council. It's exciting, it's new, and it's going to be great. You're in good hands.
Awesome, Brian. Well, thanks again for taking the time. Before we go, can we get a see you next Tuesday?
See you next Tuesday.
All right. We'll catch up with you. Back to the Overheard Podcast, recorded live in Banff. My name is Daniel Rudel. This time we're standing actually, with newly elected town council member Barb Pelham. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm super. Thank you.
Great chatting with you today. How was the swearing-in ceremony for you?
It was wonderful. Yeah. It was very special. Definitely a moment I'll remember for a long time.
Absolutely. I'd say too, I think that's my first time for an official meeting in there. I've voted in there a few times, been involved in some democratic process, but great to see the new council lineup. Everyone's nice and introduced and sworn in now, so we can get down to some business. What surprised you most about the outcome or your run for council this time?
I would say in terms of the outcome, just such a big turnover. Honestly, I was really surprised. I thought there would be some movement. I didn't anticipate 4 seats. So
lots of movement there for sure.
Banff has spoken.
Yeah. We got to congratulate you again for most votes in this election. So
Thank
we tip
you.
our hat to you there.
Thank you.
What's the first thing you want to tackle now that you're back at it?
I think my priority is getting to know the new councillors. We get to sit together for 4 years. So it would be really great to have an awesome working relationship.
For sure.
We're going to have different points of view, and that's great, but it'd be really nice just to have a really good foundation on personalities and getting along, and looking forward to it.
Absolutely. I guess quite the big shuffle now that you mention it. 4 spots is quite huge. What's your message to all the Banffites out there listening?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the support. I'm honored, I'm humbled, and very grateful.
Well said. Well, we're all looking forward to the next term and see what you guys got in store for us. We'll let you get back to the little meet and greet going on with the rest of the town council. Before we go, can we get to see you next Tuesday?
For sure. We'll see you next Tuesday.
All right. We'll catch up with you. Welcome to the Overheard Podcast, recorded live in Banff. My name is Daniel Rudel. We are here with newly elected town council member David Fullerton. How are you doing today? How's the swearing-in ceremony for you?
Oh, it was great. Actually, it was a really fun experience. I really liked it. Especially the blessings by the elders. There was really, the speeches they gave were just very impactful. And, yeah.
It was very moving. Yeah, we had a chat with them after kind of on the way out, and looking forward to kind of diving into that storytelling a little bit more, because something that's definitely missing in the town of Banff, I would feel. What surprised you most about running for council now that we've gone through the smoke and we're here at the finish line?
Well, I'd say it was kind of an interesting process. I kind of started out with everybody coming at you saying, how are you going to fix all the issues? What are you going to do to address all the issues? And then I realized it wasn't so much about what I was going to do. They mostly just wanted to get a feel for who I was and sort of the values I had and thought process I had, because I think that's how you really elect people that are going to work efficiently together on council. And yeah, so that was kind of an interesting process.
Absolutely. What's first on your agenda as far as things that you want to tackle on town council?
Well, obviously the first thing we get into is budget.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. But eventually, once we get through that and we get into some of the, when things slow down a little bit, I definitely want to jump on the whole childcare issues.
Fair.
And, look at some short-term solutions so we can try and get the ball rolling on that, and then start looking for some more long-term effective plans of how we're going to deal with it, because otherwise it's just going to continue to get worse.
For sure. I think childcare definitely a huge issue when we talk about retaining Banff locals and building that community that we all want, right? What is your message to Banff residents that are out there listening?
Well, first off, thank you. Thank you for coming out and vote. Thank you for your faith in me. I truly humbled and appreciate it. And I will work my very hardest to be your voice on council. I will always be transparent. I promise not every decision I'm going to make is going to align with what you want me to do, but I will always be transparent in my decision process, and I'll always be accessible. So come by and talk to me anytime, reach out to me. I'd be happy to chat.
Well, I think we can all agree that transparency definitely much needed when it comes to anyone in politics, not just town council, but all the time. And I think transparency is something that we do have here in Banff. It's not something that we're lacking, but we do love that everyone that's been elected, it is a priority for them, for sure. So big thank you for all your hard work so far, and we're looking forward to what you got in store for us in the next 4 years. Before we go, can we get to see you next Tuesday?
See you next Tuesday.
All right. Back to the Overheard Podcast, recorded live in Banff. We have our final short form interview today with our final member, the mayor, rounding off the town council. What are your thoughts today after the swearing in of your new teammates?
It is just fantastic to be starting a new term of council. We were very blessed to have some elders give us some really powerful words to start us off in a good way. So it's exciting, and we are all really grateful to be on council.
I would agree. Thanks for having us too. It's kind of my first time at an official town council procession in there. Big thanks to everyone involved. What surprised you most with this town council race?
I think a couple things. I would say I was surprised that we didn't have as much voter turnout.
I would agree.
It's low compared to the last few, so that was surprising. But then within that, actually having so much change. Mm-hmm. So when you have high turnout, you can expect a change vote, but we had low turnout and then quite a bit of change. Mm-hmm. So I think that was certainly a surprising element, but the community has spoken and they wanted to see some new folks with new perspectives. So it's great. So
probably not a lot of new voters, a lot of returning voters changing their minds, I think would be, if we could,
Not a poli-sci major,
yeah,
but
I guess.
it's interesting to try to unpack.
For sure. That's we're kind of disappointed too, in the sense we were hoping to kind of drive people to the polls and get more people out there. If you're going to be online getting mad about it, get in the polls. Our final numbers were quite close. So when it comes to every vote matters, well, they definitely did in this election. So
absolutely, it matters every time. And I think this is a great illustration of how your voice truly does matter and dictates what your council is going to look like.
Yeah. So big shout out to everyone that did get out and vote. Those that didn't, hey, maybe this is a wake up call for you the next 4 years to get out there and get active. If you do still want to get active and you're still fired up about all this political talk that we have going on, you can still apply to a variety of committees, right? When's that?
Deadline is this Friday at noon. And yes, certainly encourage folks to get involved that way. There's a whole variety of committees you could sit on, from library to art to heritage to planning. There's lots of variety for folks.
So you can still throw your hat in the ring if you do want to have your say and you do want to have your opinion. Go and get signed up for those right now. Mayor Corey, what would be your message to Banff residents out there watching heading into the new term?
I'd say that we are going to do our best to serve all of you, and we want you to come and be a part of it. So we want to hear from you, feedback on decisions. We want you to be engaged. The election is 6 weeks, but the term's 4 years. So please keep that momentum going. We want this to be two-way communication, and we are looking forward to working together to make Banff the best that it can be.
Very well said. And we look forward to bringing you along on that journey with the town council and everyone kind of moving forward. Our journey doesn't end here after the election coverage. We're hoping to sit down with council and, I don't know, discuss whatever's going on as we move forward. We heard budgets next. Anything in regards to that you're hopeful for?
That we can get it lowered. So that's going to be a big sort of baptism by budget for the new council, certainly, and starting to learn, where people believe the priorities are of the community and what we could go without. So that's always a really interesting exercise to learn about your colleagues.
Amazing. Well, we're definitely very much looking forward to seeing what you guys got in store over the next 4 years. Congratulations on being acclaimed, and great swearing in ceremony today. You spoke very well alongside all the elders, so that was great to see. So what's up with the chain? You wear that all the time?
When I go to IGA, I gotta pick up some things. I just throw it on.
Like, do you just have access to that?
It lives here in Town Hall, so
Yeah.
it's not like the Louvre Heist kind of situation where anybody can just grab it. But I usually just wear it on special occasions. So.
Yeah, nice. Because you were saying earlier it was only the second time you've worn it, or the third?
The third time.
Third?
Yeah,
Nice.
I feel very...
Before we go, can we just get a quick see you next Tuesday?
Oh my goodness. See you next Tuesday.
We'll catch you soon, guys. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. We can't thank everyone enough for the support and the kind words throughout this election cycle. We're very excited to bring you more local content, focusing on the things that matter to Banffites and everyone right here in our community. So thanks again for tuning in. We got plenty more coming to you, and see you next Tuesday.